For the transfer function model, we are going to start with a simple block, and I am going to say that this is your input RT and output CT, and this particular block I am going to name it as an impulse response ZT. Okay, so what you will get? You will get CT will be equal to what? Impulse response. Okay, G T minus tau R tau D tau. This is actually the convolution, or you can say this is the convolution of ZT and RT, and you are going to denote with an asterisk. Okay, so this is denotation for convolution sum. Can you say what is the limit of this integration? 0 to tau 0 to t, and d tau means the tau is your integration variable. Or alternatively, you can also write this as a 0 to t z tau r t minus tau d tau. Correct? And now you are going to define your input RT is a causal signal by saying that RT is a causal signal. Causal. Okay. By saying RT is a causal signal, I mean to say the value of RT for t less than 0 will be 0. Means it will only define for t greater than equal to 0. Okay. Since your signal is a causal signal and your system is a causal system, so your output will also be defined only for t greater than equal to 0. Why? Because output cannot produce before the response, before the input comes to it. Okay, and input is not available before t is equal to 0. Okay, correct? This particular term आपने mathematics में थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा होगा. Okay. Now, so if you able to do this convolution sum, and if you will given with the input and impulse response of to the system, by saying the impulse response, I mean to say that if you provide input as an impulse signal, so whatever output will be there, I am going to represent it as a ZT. So if you know the impulse response to the system and input to the system, by using convolution you can find out output of the system. But as you know, by seeing this formula, you might have an impression that this is relatively difficult to deal. Means convolution sum or such type of impulse response directly is difficult to deal compared to its Laplace counterpart. Okay. So what I am going to do, I am going to take the Laplace transform of this your C and trying to establish some relationship. Before that, let us have a revision of your Laplace transform definition. By definition, Laplace transform is defined for a function ft. Laplace transform is defined as a capital Fs, that is Laplace transform of a small ft will be what? 0 to infinity ft e to the power minus st dt. Correct? I think your mathematics is very strong. Okay. Well, now you are having CT from CT is given from 0 to t g t minus tau r tau d tau. Okay, and you have said that your your system is causal. So the value of g t minus tau is going to be 0 when tau greater than t. What will happen when tau whenever the value of tau will be greater than t, this argument will become negative, and you have defined that your system is causal. So what it will become, it will act as a negative time. So your system, the value of this t minus tau will be equal to 0. The value of tau is being changed from 0 to t. So what I am going to make a change is that instead of t, I am going to say that it is from 0 to infinity. Is it correct or not? Why? Because after all, whenever tau will be greater than t, it is going to be anyhow 0. So instead of saying from 0 to t, I am going to say that it is from 0 to infinity. Okay. Well, now if I am trying to take the Laplace transform of this, what you will get? You will get Cs 0 to infinity. Your ft is what? Ct e to the power minus st dt. Correct? So put the value of c. You will get Cs will be equal to 0 to infinity. Once again, 0 to infinity. G t minus tau. Okay, R tau d tau e to the power minus st d. Correct? Okay. Now I am going to make a little bit arrangement in this. 0 to infinity. Once again, second limit is a sort of double integration. You might have read in your mathematics book. 0 to infinity z t minus tau e to the power minus st. Okay, and I am going to take this r tau outside dt and r tau dt. Please help me out with whether this rearrangement is correct or wrong. It's okay. Now I am going to say that I am going to put this t minus tau as theta. So what will be the change? Or you can say for this particular internal integration, tau is a constant because here the variation is in terms of t. Okay. So if you will take the differential, you will get dt will be equal to d theta. This change in variable of integration you might have studied in your class 12. Well, so what I am going to change? I am going to change this limit. So at t is equal to 0, at t is equal to 0, what you will get? Theta will be equal to minus tau. At t is equal to infinity, infinity minus 1 drop means whole c minus 1 drop is equal to infinity. So again 0 to infinity. Well, then minus tau to infinity z theta e to the power minus s t is equal to what? Theta plus tau d theta will be equal to and multiplied by r tau. Correct till now? Now listen. Once again I am going to use this particular information that our system is a causal system. So again, if you put any value, if your value of tau I am going to take integration variable, and integration variable is by convention taken as a positive quantity. So whatever whatever you are going to put in the argument, if the value of that argument is less than 0, whole term is going to be 0. So instead of starting it from minus tau to infinity, I am going to start it from 0 to infinity, and it is not going to change any analysis. Correct or wrong? Now let us do a little bit more rearrangement. What I am going to say. Please see carefully, you will not find in any notebook. Okay. So you are having Cs, that is Laplace transform of output, is 0 to infinity, and again under bracket 0 to infinity z theta, okay, e to the power minus s theta d theta, and the rest term I am going to take it outside. What you will get? R tau e to the power minus s tau d tau. Correct? One more little rearrangement. This alternatively can be written as 0 to infinity z theta e to the power minus s theta d theta. Okay, this I have separated, multiplied by multiplied by 0 to infinity r tau e to the power minus s tau d. Now you can establish the relationship. What is this quantity? Exactly. This quantity, now we have got the simple relationship that this quantity is the Laplace transform of Zt. Means the Laplace transform of impulse response, and this is your Laplace transform of input. So what you can write? Cs will be equal to Gs multiplied by Rs. Now the things become a little bit simpler. Instead of handling with convolution in time domain, now we are going to handle it in Laplace domain or frequency domain with a simple multiplication. So you should remember one property, that convolution in time domain is equivalent to multiplication in frequency domain, and you know that multiplication is more easier to perform mathematically than its convolution counterpart. Okay. And now what I am going to say, that Gs will be equal to what? Cs upon Rs. And now I am going to say this Gs is your transfer function. Transfer function of the system. Whatever maybe the system you are dealing with. And this I have derived under relaxed condition. Okay. So in word, if somebody is going to ask what is transfer function, then you will define transfer function as transfer function is Laplace transform of output divided by Laplace transform of input under relaxed condition. By saying relaxed condition, I mean to say that there is no storage of energy in any part or any component of the system. So with this definition of transfer function, I will end this lecture and we will study some block diagram. So also, let know before going, let us know. Then now our representation will be somewhat like this: transfer function GS, and here what? Laplace transform of output CS and input. So instead of that impulse response, you got transfer function. Instead of RT, you got RS. So rest of the properties of block diagram we will study in the next class. Thank you.